Alright, we're going to be taking a look at my game today. So it begins with this nice little logo there. Just load it up and have a little play. And I'll go through all the different mechanics in the game and how it works. So this is the start menu, obviously. We've got the instructions here. Tells you how to move, gives you a few hints as well, tells you about the melee on the F key. We've got a nice little quit menu here, it brings up a sub menu, and click no, so we don't want to quit quite yet. We'll go ahead and play this. Oh. There was a little bit of text there to go on about the story, and I accidentally skipped it. I have player prefs sorting out the things in the UI there, gets tracked, and will transition between all the levels. There's only 2 at the moment, but transitions between them and keeps a constant state. So when we end the level, in about probably 2 minutes, you'll see that whatever I have in the UI will be transported over to that level, just as sort of a survival element, as you would. These normal zombies here have 3 health, and all of the zombies pickups. I think it's like roughly 50% chance for a drop to happen, and out of those, there's 5 drops for ammo, health, medicine, food, and water. There's 10% chance for each in the drop. Obviously, 50% is 20% each. So I've set max ammo to 50, so there's not much point picking up the ammo at the moment, and my health's full, so there's no point picking up that quite at the moment. I got these cars there to block off the player from certain parts, so he has to go around it, otherwise not be able to go that way. These fat zombies here, they have 10 health, I believe, or it was 8, somewhere around that mark. And they again still have the same chance to drop items. Alright, so we've got enough points now to upgrade, so if I just press escape, brings up the pause menu, pauses the game completely, using time.delta time equal to 0. And we got our resume button. Got upgrades, and the quit goes straight back to the start menu, and again with the player prefs, once it hits back to start menu or the game over menu, it will set all of that data to 0, so it won't affect, like when you restart the game after one of those 2 screens, there'll be nothing stored in there, so it'll be just the default values. And obviously our upgrades menu, we can upgrade our health, our knife damage, or our gun damage. I haven't actually shown the knife yet, but on F in a minute I'll show it. We got a back button here as well that just takes us straight back to the here. So I'll upgrade the gun. So we'll see, it should take 5 shots to kill this fat zombie now, because we do 2 damage as opposed to 1 a minute ago. And if we press escape instead of the resume button, in fact I'll do it inside the upgrades menu to show it works there. The escape key comes out of the upgrade menu, and then if I press the escape key again, it will come out the pause menu. And now it should take 5 shots to kill this dude. There we are. So it was 10 health after all. And now here's one of the different coloured ones. They have increased stats in tiers, going from blue to purple to yellow. Just like named them rare, epic, and yellow, legendary rather, and I think that one has 13 health, and he has slightly more speed, does a bit more damage as well. I'll try and see if I can find one in a minute, but I'm trying to use the cars to sort of the enemies from reaching you quite so fast. Like basically I'd set up a car so that it would make the zombies run into the car rather than going around the car, so they'd sort of stay around the area that I wanted them to be when the player ran into them, which was kind of a little workaround to trying to get them to only be active within a certain radius of the player. There's no one here quite yet. And in a sec, oh, I still haven't shown the knife, so in a minute when we see a normal zombie I'll try and show you that. Also, I'll actually get hit. You can hear it. That's a custom made sound. Same with the zombies getting hit as well. I made that one. Popped it into Audacity after screaming a little bit into the microphone and just turning down the pitch quite dramatically to get the effect that I desired. And also set a timer on both of them to only be able to play once after the sound had completed. Unfortunately with the zombies, because there's more than one of them, if you hit one of them and then the other one, you will hear two sounds at the same time, which is okay, but it sounds a bit annoying most of the time. And now this knife, I was testing it early on, and it was quite overpowered. You could just leave it out and hit anything you wanted all of the time, and then swing it around like this, and it would just, every time it came out and inside of the collision box, it would do damage each time, basically. So I set a duration for the knife, so it could only be out for a second before it was destroyed, because it's instantiated and fixed to a point, rather than an actual item. Obviously it's not on the player. And also you can only use the button after a second after it's disappeared. I'll go ahead and upgrade the health and the knife so we can see it doing a little bit more damage to the enemies, so you can see it actually works. I don't think there's actually any enemies until we get up to the top. And I'll try and find a health pack. In fact, my health's way too low to be able to show you the max health has increased at the moment, unless we get very lucky. The music as well, I've set that to loop, the music you're hearing right now, just so if the play does take longer than the actual track, it won't go straight over. Oh yeah, the knife just killed the zombie there, showing that it did 3 damage in 1 hit, which again tells you that it's been upgraded since it was only doing 1 damage before. I'm just going to go ahead and go through the portal if I didn't die. There it is. There was the green circle to say, here's where the player needs to be to, you know, exit the level. And there is an exclamation mark above it, animating, that you'll be able to see if you didn't go into the green circle straight away, as I did. And here's another scene showing the story in text. I did want to animate a scene between each one, but animation takes a long time, and I definitely did not have that amount of time. And so we can see straight away I just only have 1 health left. I think I'm going to die. Oh, my ammo is bugged at the moment then. That's nice. But we can see I hit those zombies for a lot of damage. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we can see my health transitioned. If I get hit once, I will die. We can see the food, water and medicine is carried over. All of our points. I'll just go ahead and show the points are actually there. So I'll upgrade the gun again, because that's going to be very useful to stay alive. And a nice little health pack. Second level. I was going to make another asset, another like car or a dumpster or something, and try and make the streets a lot narrower, just to sort of constrict player movement, not to be able to dodge the zombies so much, and really try and make it feel like a survival theme. Kind of ran out of time on that idea, so I tried to add a few more enemies. And it seems I'm like completely out of ammo, so I will probably change that for the final build. And I'm just going to head for the exit rather than explore the whole area, as I will most likely die. And I'd rather show you the credit scene and the surviving scene. So there's a little bit more story. I did plan to make 3 levels, unfortunately ran out of time. So yeah, it's just story. And then it transitions straight to the days we survived the game, which we will survive for 27 days. And that works off of how much water, medicine and food you collected throughout the game. It adds up all of those, and that's how many days you survive. Use that by scripting a text box to dynamically update from the... I think that was player prefs. Yeah, it was the player prefs. Take that over and then just update it from that. And then here's our credits menu. It's got some nice credits feeling music in the background, and lists all of like the sounds that I've used that weren't originally made by me. I have edited every single one, I believe. The gunshot, the cha-ching, and the wrong buzzer are probably the least edited. They've just they popped into Audacity, and then just like the ends of them chopped off because it was just blank sound. Just needed the sound file rather than empty sound. There's not much point in having that. And all of these scenes that transition, like the text-based ones, if you can either wait for the timer to run out and it'll transition on its own, which is I set it to the length of each track, so that as soon as the music is finished playing, you'd transition. Or alternatively, you can just left click or any key, I think it is, you just press any of the keys and it'll transition straight away for you. It does take a little bit of time to load because it goes off the player prefs, it keeps sorting them out between each scene, so it takes a little bit of time to load that up and then go. I'm just going to go and play again, just so we can see that everything's set back to the base values after the start menu here. So we've got that scene again, and we can see that we've got our default values again up here, all of it set to 0. And I'm just going to make sure that it isn't actually bugged. Yeah, it's nice, smooth. Okay, so we'll quit, go back to the start menu, and quit the game. Thanks for watching.